Yo, what up, everybody? Episode 89. My homie Jamie Crockett, Chi-Town. Say what up to everybody. Jordan, what up, sister? How you feeling? Let me get set up. Oh, let me add. Brody, what up, Brody? How you feeling?
What's up with it, Brody?
Man, you good? How you living?
Man, I'm chilling, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm good, bro. I can't complain. All good over here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, bro, I appreciate you for, taking time out your day to tap in with me on my podcast, bro. It really mean a lot, man.
No, I appreciate you. Appreciate you for having me.
For sure. I just want to say, man, as a shorty, man, watching you hoop at DePaul, bro, you know what I'm saying? You're definitely one of my favorite hoopers, bro. So it was like, it took me a little minute to find you, but I found you. I'm like, I got to get bro on here. I got to. So I
Appreciate that,
appreciate
bro.
it.
Appreciate that.
Man, bro, to get started, you know what I mean? For those who are not really too familiar, with your story, give us a quick rundown, where you from, how was it for you growing up, and how did you kind of get involved in sports a little bit?
Well, I'm from the south side of the suburbs, Crete, University Park area.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I grew up with, both of my parents in the house, working parents. I got a brother and I got a sister. Really, how I got started playing basketball was in the backyard with my brothers
Yeah.
playing, just playing, busting the 21.
Yeah.
They was a lot older than me, so I had to get it from the mud. So
Yeah.
that's really how I got into playing basketball.
Now, was hoopers too, or was that kind of just like any other sport? You just played what it, you know what I mean, what it was at that time.
Yeah, my brother, he was a hooper. He
Mm.
played basketball and he played football, but he leaned more towards basketball. So that's kind of like why I lean towards basketball.
Okay. Now, for you, when did you kind of like realize like hooping is what you really wanted to do with your life?
Maybe in like seventh grade. In seventh grade, that's probably when I first started dunking.
Hmm.
So when I first started dunking, my brother like, yeah, it's time. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, it might be time. So then
Facts.
when I caught my first body in the game in seventh grade, I'm like, yeah,
Seventh grade,
yeah,
catching bodies.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Like for you, when you really got to, like you say, when you got to hooping and taking it serious, who was like your favorite player? Who was people that you was watching that kind of you like to pat in your game after a little bit?
well, there's a lot of guys in high school that I kind of not really saying I pat my game after, but I just looked up to
Hmm.
them. I like the way they play. Obviously, my brother is the
Hmm.
number one player that I looked up to. But I looked up to players like Howard Little. I'm not sure if you're familiar with those guys, but Howard Little, Mustafa Farrakhan, uh, DJ Cooper, Carlton Guyton. It was a lot of guys, man, that I tried to model my game after, but they just had their own styles, man.
Yeah. Okay. For you, man, coming up, you know what I mean, playing in the Chicago area is tough, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who was some of your toughest matchups you can remember?
Well, out in the suburbs, probably we ain't played too many city schools. I
Hmm.
only played like city players like in the AAU, but I played with mostly, the best guys that was, from the city with the
Yeah.
Mac Urban Fire. But probably one of my close friends, Makari Brooks,
Yeah.
coming out from the suburbs, probably matching up with him every night. It was always a big thing in the newspaper. We had a couple TV games, so that probably
Yeah.
was one of my toughest matchups. Coming
Facts.
up.
Okay. This question, bro, you know what I mean? Not to get too personal, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you're willing to share. but like, what's kind of something that you kind of overcame that kind of made you the man you are today?
Um, just a lot of people in my family that passed away. You
Hmm.
know, I had my brother, he passed away, and then just recently my grandfather, he passed away. So, you know,
Sorry
those
to hear
those are
that, bro.
like mainly the two guys in my life that, you know, besides my father, and I have a couple other male figures, but those were like the two main guys in my life that, you know, I really tried to be like. You know, I really tried to, you know, they set the bar so high, they set the example so high. It's like, man, I'm trying to be like these guys, but you know, that just as far as something that I overcame, that's one of the things. Yeah.
Okay. For you, bro, how was your recruiting process? Some people that be super stressful. You know what I mean? Did you enjoy it? And what was the ultimate decision on going to DePaul?
Well, it was kind of a quick decision. Actually, me and a couple, because I seen your interview with Wayne the other day when you was talking about him, Ryan and AD,
Mm-hmm.
talking about going to DePaul. But it was a lot of other guys in that conversation too. But those
Ooh.
are like the big names that they were going to, because they were ranked like top 15 in the country type deal. So those are
Yeah.
like the big names that they were trying to model after. But it was a lot of guys that was on the back end of that
Yeah.
DePaul talk. So I started it off. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna commit, and then I'm gonna see if some other guys follow suit.
Mm-hmm.
So my boy Makari, he followed suit, but nobody else did. So I mean, it was a good decision for me. I don't regret it at all. But with me, it wasn't really a recruiting process. It was like soon as DePaul offered me a scholarship, I was gone. I had a couple other like Indiana, uh, Wichita State, a couple other, all the local schools.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you wanted to stay at the crib, like that was your initial thought, like the crib offer me, I'm going.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
For you, bro, it's probably like I said, my favorite question to ask, especially dudes from the city. If you could create a file to take with you, let's say blacktop from the city all time, what file you taking with you?
Dang, that's a hard question. Uh, I gotta go with AD.
Okay.
He gonna be my number one pick. Now I'm gonna roll with my boys for real. I'm gonna roll with
Yeah.
my guys. I got a couple
Yeah.
guys from home. I'm gonna roll with them. So
Thanks.
I'm it's always been a suburban city type thing. We always kind of in competition with those guys. Those guys think we soft out here in the burbs, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna ride with my guys from the suburbs. So I'll probably
Thanks.
go with maybe my guy Mukari, my homie Stephen Beard, um, Scooty. Man, that's a hard question you ask. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
a
there's
hard
so many
question.
people to choose
There's
from,
so
bro.
many people to choose from. So many
Yeah.
people.
Okay. For you, bro, as the whole game of basketball, what has it kind of taught you to kind of carry in everyday life?
Just responsibility. Discipline. Those probably the main things that basically that I you kind of model my game after.
Yeah.
I was a real disciplined player. I showed up to practice on time. Never was a head case. Never was that type of guy. And those just the main things that I model my game after. So that's probably.
Facts. Okay. And then the last one I got for you, bro, is like, who would you like to see on here? I mean, I can kind of get to tell their story a little bit. You know what I mean? Because from the outside looking in, you know what I mean? We don't know everything y'all go through as far as like your
Right.
story, stuff like that. So who would you like to see on here kind of tell their story, kind of help the youth out a little bit?
What's a lot of guys? One that come to mind is because I coach this team called RG2. I mean
Okay.
R2G. I'm sorry. Shout out to my boy Contrell. So that's probably Contrell King. He runs the R2G program.
Okay.
Really doing real good things with the youth. Taking them all across the country, playing in
Yeah,
these AAU teams, the things that we used to do when we was younger. So, I think it'll be very important that he comes on and tells his story and tells his story about what he's doing with the youth right now.
bet. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
just send me his Instagram or whatever, bro. I'm gonna reach out to him.
yeah, I
And
will
hey,
for sure.
definitely lock in. Well, bro, I appreciate you, man. Taking time out. Salute to you, bro. Stay safe, and we'll stay in touch, bro.
No, I appreciate you, bro. Keep grinding.
Definitely, bro. All right, bro. I'll holler at
Yes,
you.
sir.
Peace.
Love.